Hello.
Happy
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Here
It
we
is
are.
Tuesday again. Katie, dying to know. What'd you think of the new intro music?
I love country music, and you know I was getting the Western vibes over here.
I did that
It was
just for
so
you.
good. Yeah.
I did not tell her I was doing that, you guys. I did it just for Katie because she loves country music, and I do not like country music. But that was it is a cute song. Yeah. Anyway, just for you. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good evening, everyone. How are we?
I don't understand how a week goes by so quickly. Like it's flying. The time is going by way too quickly. So,
It is.
but
So
that doesn't mean
fast.
that we still have plenty of time to keep tagging. Hi, Dania.
Hi.
Good
She's
evening.
like, she's not just saying hi. She's saying hi.
Hi. We are here.
Hello. Yes,
tonight.
we have people watching on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. We are good to go tonight. So, yeah, the time is flying by. We are at 4.5 weeks until the sale, which is awesome. It always sneaks up so fast, doesn't it,
does.
Katie?
Yeah. But you know what? That the sun shining over here has made me so excited for spring. I don't know about you guys, but the other day I was able to wear shorts and not have to get changed. So that was just really exciting. So I'm ready to clean up the yard and just get ready for spring. So it's making me think about the next size up for my kids.
Mhm.
My son was just sitting upstairs. I had him trying on some jeans, and it looked like he was prepping for a flood. So it's time to buy some new clothes, you guys, right? So I will be looking in size like 12, 14. How is this happening? I have an 11-year-old, but he is just very long and lanky. We're looking for some skinny-ish jeans or straight jeans. So
I know.
yes,
We are too. Yep, we are changing sizes. I have a very small 3-year-old, but he's tall. He's just like very trim. So he needs to go into 3T for length, but he's also kind of okay with a lot of shirts especially, but everything's getting short. Like the shirts are showing the belly every once in a while and the pants are too short. And so he's kind of in between sizes. But yeah, my oldest is like, yep, he's going into size 10 and he's 8, and I'm just like, wow, they just grow too fast, don't they? Sorry, we're having a non-JBF
Yeah.
moment here, guys. Sorry, but
Hey, it's
it
a
is a
JBF moment.
JBF
Our kids
moment,
are
but
growing.
yeah.
We're looking for the next size. And you would be surprised, you guys. Take a look around because you might think, oh, my daughter or son is 8 years old. They're in size 8. But we could be wrong, right? They might be tall and they need to jump up a size in pants. And sometimes you wait until a week after the sale that you notice that. So make sure that sometimes you buy up a couple of extra pants or be looking to get rid of some of the pants that you think might fit, but it's time.
For sure. I know my mind is already gearing up for that. And I don't care if it's 2, 3 sizes bigger. If I know that they're gonna love it or I'm gonna love I mean, with my oldest, not so much because he's, like, getting to the point where he has opinions. But for the 3-year-old, it's like,
Oh,
no, if I love it, I'm yeah, get the next size, get ready, you know. Great deals don't know a size, Katie.
they don't. They don't. Except for shoes. I can't fit in the sponsors. Anyways.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to help teach you about how to not prep your items, but truly tag them, what it looks like to bundle them, and how to attach those tags onto those items. So whether you're new or seasoned and you're just looking about how to get those prepped properly, we are here to talk to you about that tonight.
And we're also talking about high value, which I wonder if we should hit that first, Katie. I feel like that's a topic we don't talk about as much. So we're going to talk about high value. And yeah, otherwise ask your questions. What are you guys doing? What are you struggling with right now? How's the tagging going? Tell us great stories about how it's going, stuff you found, you know. What's tugging at your
Are you emotionally pricing?
Oh, yes.
How can we help you? Maybe you're stuck on a pricing item and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know, I can't get past this. That's what we're here for, right? We want to help you get those items tagged and priced correctly.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about high value. So this is something we don't talk about enough, and we really should talk about it more because not everybody understands what we have available at the sale. So we're going to hit on that. You guys can ask questions about it. But a lot of people don't realize that we have a special high value area at the sale. And it's not just like a locked box where your things won't be featured. We now have an open area that is sectioned off today. Holy cow. I just saw a comment. I have to pause. Dania, 200 tags today. That's amazing.
Crazy. That's awesome. Not crazy. Like it's when you get going and maybe your kids are at school, you have the day off and you've got it all set out, ready to go. When you're rapid entering, get it, girl. That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so sorry, I got distracted. 200 tags today is amazing. Good job. So yes, we have a special area that is just for high value. And the best thing about it is it's sectioned off so that people have to go behind the ropes to get to it, but they can still see it from the outside. So it's protected. The other great thing is there is a staff member there at all times. When the doors are open, there is a staff member there. The other aspect that we do in the high value area to keep your items safe and secure is we have a register there. So that is where our express register is. But we also have a dedicated register just for high value. So they can request to come in there. They can shop everything from right on the sales floor. They can see it. We have it out on display. But then if they want to come in, they want to try on a baby carrier and they want to look inside a bag or check out a pair of shoes, they can come inside, they can touch it, they can feel it, they can get a closer look, but then they cannot take it out of that area until it's been purchased. So, those are just some of the steps that we do to make sure your high value items are safe and secure and protected. But also, we want to show them off. And every day, at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, we go in there. Katie does a live every day, including the high value items. She features them. And then I also take pictures of them and post them on stories and on Facebook. And we are trying to sell those items. So we just kind of want to run through that with you. Is there anything about that, Katie, that I missed or that you
Yeah, so
wanted to
high
share?
value items are going to be items that are $50 and over. You can have it maybe 40. That's fine too if you're feeling like really you want it to be secure and safe and make sure it gets home if it doesn't sell. Some examples of things that went in there. We saw a really fluffy North Face jacket at the last sale, and that sold during pre-sale, right? There was some cool walkie-talkies last sale, baby monitors. I brought down a Nintendo Switch. This is going to be a great example of something that you would want to have in high value that won't just be sitting out on the floor somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nona said, it's going to be showcased so well. And it
Yeah.
also entices to bring shoppers in there to come look at what else there is, right? So like Nona said, we go live, we post it. When we are at the sale, we're on the microphone making sure, hey, make sure you check out that high value area. A Willow breast pump, that was one of the items I've seen in there. So if you have questions about what can and can't go in there, feel free to reach out. We highly suggest that if there is anything over $50, that it does go in there. There is an exception. Strollers do not go into that area and that big ticket item area. We do have security tags that we put on those high value, large ticket items, but they are large and they have a yellow ticket, and we have a staff member in that area at all times that is making sure. So this is more like those electronics and maybe clothing or Nike shoes, things like that, that you have priced on the higher end that you do not want just with every other shoe in there.
Yeah. Yes,
Didn't
absolutely.
you sell a pair in their last sale, a pair of Nikes? They were so cute, right?
Yeah.
Were those yours?
Those were mine.
Oh,
well, I mean, my son's, but
yeah.
but yeah, I had a pair of kids, little toddler, like Air Jordans, and I put them in there because I know it was just something that I was like, if they don't sell, I will gift them to someone else. So I chose to put them in there. And they sold great. And I sold a diaper bag. It was like a high priced Itsy Ritzy diaper bag that sold in the first like 10 minutes. So we do feature them. And that's what we want to talk about is we do our absolute best to sell your items. Don't be afraid to bring those things. We go above and beyond to have it staffed and keep it secure for you. But some people just don't realize that they can sell those things with us. So that's why we bring it up. And yeah, diaper bags. Carriers is another thing that goes in there quite a lot. And things like that. So yes. All right. Okay, Katie, I'm going to let you. Oh, we got to do our trivia question.
Yeah.
Let's do our trivia question. And then, Katie, I'm going to let you take over on the bundling.
Sounds good.
Okay, tonight's trivia. I had to go silly again because I was like, oh, I'm in the mood for a funny parenting one. So this is what percentage of a toddler's diet is usually made up of snacks they demand and then refuse to eat? I am deep in toddler mode right now, so this one really makes me laugh. So this is a statistic. They've done studies. What percentage of their food is something they demand, some sort of snack, and then refuse to eat? So everybody gets one guess. The closest is going to win our 5 JPF bucks tonight. And yes.
I'll guess, although I know I can't win. I feel like it's like 40%. Like, wasn't it Sebastian that wanted something like a little spicy? And you're like, okay, you can go ahead and try it, but like you're not gonna want it, right? So
he did actually
that
love
is so cute.
Yeah.
Jody
says 75. But
they just get so emotional.
I'm sorry, I have a little frog in my throat, and so I apologize. I don't know how loud that is when I clear my throat, but
you're just fine.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we got our fun trivia out there. I'm going to turn it over to you, Katie.
Everyone's saying 75%. We must have some picky kids out there.
It definitely feels like 75%. I would not have guessed this, I will say. But anyway, okay, we'll let you guys noodle on that while Katie educates us about Yeah.
Sounds good.
Bundling is something we get a lot of questions about. Should I bundle? How should I
Yes.
bundle? Should I put things in bags? These are all questions we get quite a lot.
Yeah. So let's get started. So we've talked about walking around our home and putting stuff together. We need to definitely make sure we're checking for those stains and keeping them clean before we even begin bundling, because you are going to waste your time if you start bundling something together and then find the stain after you've made that. So I am here with some shirts and pants. Nona mentioned bags. I want to start on that. I want to say never put clothing in bags. And I say that just because it just doesn't sell well. As a mom myself and a woman and just my particular, I love to feel clothing. I love to be able to see in that bag and make sure that there isn't stains, because it does not get inspected when it's sealed shut in clothing. So that's something that has passed through, and we just absolutely highly suggest that you do not put any sort of clothing in a bag. Now, those little bibs and things like that, that's okay. But even so, not necessary. Save your money and your time. Those Ziploc bags cost a lot of money. Please do your best not to put onesies, 6 of them in a bag. They just do not sell. We have seen it time and time again. They are left over during the donates. They are put right back into your stuff if you haven't donated. So please avoid putting stuff into bags when it comes to clothing. So I have a couple of adorable princess t-shirts here. When we start bundling, I like to stop at about 40 bundling tops together, even maybe below that. When you are bundling onesies, infant, preemie, all the way up to 6 to 9 months, and that bundling more than 2 or 3 is absolutely okay, because you're saving your time and money on cardstock, and you're only using one hanger and maybe just a couple of safety pins, but it helps you save time. So I'm going to show you an example of putting these t-shirts together. Grab my hanger. I just took it off. Goodness. My handy dandy box of hangers. Haha. Okay. Speaking on hangers really quickly, it is absolutely okay to use plastic ones. I generally prefer, when I'm bundling, to use these wire ones. It's a lot easier to get those safety pins on them, and you're not dealing with the weird hooks like this. But it's absolutely up to you. Just fine. I like to use size 2 safety pins when I'm doing this job. So I've got the adorable princesses on the front, and then I am grabbing the other princess shirt. And when you're doing this is kind of a bad example of a shirt, but you want to have both of the graphics facing the front. So this one has graphics on the back and the front, but let's just say this one just had one side with princesses on it. You want both sides showing. So when we're shopping through, we get to see the excitement.
Cute side out, everyone. Cute side out.
Yeah. Yes. I love that. So I'm going to take my safety pins and pin it on the top corners. Coming through. So sharp, so good. I like to use Band-Aids on my finger when I'm tagging a lot, just to make sure I don't stab myself. Smart. And it keeps my fingers from getting really rough. When
that's tagging. Smart. I usually just suffer. You're so smart, Katie.
Well, thank you, Nona. Okay, so this is what this is going to look like. And I'm shake testing it. It's not falling off. So I'm going to get up close here. I've gone through the first shirt and the second shirt. And this is what it's going to look like here. So on this one here, this is going to be a 2-piece Disney Princess size 4 t-shirt. Once I have attached those together, I'm going to show you guys really quickly. If you haven't started to print your tags, this is what a full sheet of tags looks like. And boy, do they make it easy, where they show exactly where to cut. So I've got these ones cut out here. I like to use size 1 when I am pinning it to the shirt, because they're just a little bit smaller. And then we want to pin this tag on the right-hand side of the item. Did I do it wrong? No, I didn't. I was looking at the way that the hanger goes. Okay. You know what I always say to myself? If you're questioning it, you're doing it right. So thank you, Jody. The hanger is included inside the safety pin. Absolutely. I thought you were going to tell me about making sure the hanger is facing the right way. Yes.
Also the hanger facing the right way. Yes. Yeah. It needs to look like a question mark.
Okay. So here we are. If you are questioning it, am I mirrored right now?
Yes.
You're doing it right.
Yeah, you are mirrored. So for you, you're going to look at it. You're looking straight at it. Turn it around the other way, and it'll show what it's going to look like to them.
Yeah.
So yours is going to look just like Katie's because hers is mirrored in the video. But yes, is it right? It's a question. Yes. Very good.
It is. So then I have my tag here on the upper right-hand side. And this way, when all of our items are on the clothing rack and we're shopping, it makes it very easy to see that it's $3.50 for these two tops, and they're all consistent on that right-hand side. We don't want to put it in the middle or on the left or down on the bottom right. We want it on this upper right-hand
Can you show us what Jody mentioned about the safety pin going around the hanger?
Yeah. So if you look here, I wonder how I can make this see. The hanger is right here. So we are going around that hanger with the second one also, so that it's not going to be falling off and sagging and falling through. So just make sure that you're going around the hanger and not just on the top itself.
Which is when I think the wire hangers really shine, when you're doing stuff like this and you have to use safety pins around the hangers, because the plastic ones do work, but because they're thicker, it's a little harder to get around the hanger. But the reason that is so important to do is that if you don't put the safety pin around the hanger to secure both of them, the weight of the second shirt can pull on the second one, and then the second shirt just kind of falls in a heap, right? So if you pin it to the safety pin, it keeps it safe, and it keeps the weight off the rest of the clothing.
TPFs are working.
All right. I am going to load my tagging gun really quickly, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to use a tagging gun, because this is an option that we absolutely can use too. Bear with me. I'm going to reach up and grab my barbs because I didn't have this ready. So hold on. Got it here. Okay. So we do have tagging guns for sale on our JBF supply page. They're $10 for one. So I'm going to hook this on here. Let's all pray this works. I'm sorry that I did not test this before I got going. It's looking good. All right. So when we are using a tagging gun, the barbs are included, by the way. Here's my tag here. Here's my gun. We go through the tag first. I like to go right in the middle of where the safety pin is. Yep. See that there? I go right through that spot there. Nona is amazing using the tagging gun. I get nervous. If you are nervous,
hey, I got to use my air guns twice in one live.
Pew, pew. So one of the things that we watch for, we want to stay on that right-hand side, right? We're on this right-hand side. We are going to go into where the four corners meet the road, right? So it's right in the right armpit. I'm going through the wrong hole here. I keep going through.
The problem with bundles.
So yes, and this getting it right here in this camera. Okay.
Yeah, that really well.
There we go. So right here, where these four corners meet, is right where we're going to go through. This means that we are going through the seam. Nona, if you want to explain that a little bit more while I attach that.
Where it is sewn right there, a needle has already been through there. So we want to put the needle of the tagging gun through right where the thread is already going, and never through just a single layer of fabric. You always want to go right where that thread is. The ideal place for a tagging gun is inside of a hanging tag, if it has one. But a lot of kids, does this one have it? Yes. The good old, this is so weird, I know, you guys, but this hanging tag is what you want to put the tagging gun through if it's there. But especially a lot of small size kids' clothes and onesies and things, they do not have those hanging tags. So yeah, you want to get it right there where the seam is, and be careful not to miss it. So yeah, tagging guns are great, but you have to use them very carefully.
And sometimes they can be finicky, like the one I'm using right this minute. It's old and vintage.
That's okay. We saw where it was supposed to go. But okay, I have to share this really quick. Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm popping back to our trivia question really quick because I have a hilarious comment on Instagram that I have to share. So, I'm not going to get this username right, but it's like JAG Rulst maybe. She says her guess is 95%. And then she popped on and she said, it's because you cut it wrong, which is so true.
You just made me heated inside. Yes. So frustrated because maybe you cut it into triangles instead of just straight across, or hamburger versus hot dog.
Yes.
It could be their favorite snack, but you cut it wrong that day. You know, I feel like you should win just for that.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, okay, we can go back to the actual work stuff now, but that one made me laugh.
So, like Nona was saying, a lot of clothing, especially these little kid ones, do not have a tag on the inside. I don't know if there's a certain brand that does, but always try to hit that first if it does have a tag on the inside of the seam. If not, so like this right here, you're going to hit this. Otherwise, then you're going to go to the corner pocket. That would be the best option.
Yep.
So that is how we use our tagging guns. Now, when we get to pants and bundling, this is the fun part. It's easy for pants to start to fall off of a hanger. Here's an example. Okay. If we do not hang our pants correctly, this is what could happen, you guys. This or this. Let's bring it on down. I've seen this too many times at the sale, where if we don't put the safety pins in the proper area, this starts to happen. Look at my hanger starting to bow, or it turns into this. A shopper is going to pass right by this and miss this whole item because now it's hung super weird.
It's hard to see. Yes.
Yeah. So see what's now it's happening. So I'm going to show you exactly how to hang a pair of pants and put the tag on. And then also, there we go. This is the proper. So a way to avoid it from cinching down is if it's a bigger boy pair of pants or girls, you just want to come a little bit further in on that seam when you put it on the hanger. So right about, see how I came in at least 1.5 inches versus having it all the way over on the corner. This will help it from falling down that hanger. So I'm going to bundle a pair of pants together.
The shake test does not fail. So pick up that hanger and give it a good shake. And if it slides off, then move your safety pins closer together.
Oh, let's talk about another thing about bundling. When you're bundling, make sure that they are identical in size. So 0 to 3 cannot go with 3 months, and 3 to 6 cannot go with 3 months. Even 24 months and 2T, I know those are identical numbers, right? 24 equals 2, but they are different sizing. By centimeters or inches, I'm not sure. We're not going to argue that. But moms and dads come in for the exact size that they're shopping for, not anything different. So we want to make sure it's okay to have Carters and Granimals together, but we need to make sure that we are not mixing sizes. So I've got these 2 cute pair of pants.
Another great example is like 0 to 3 months and newborn, right? Like, don't mix them. Don't put a 0 to 3 with a 3 to 6 or a 0 to 3 with a 0 to 6. Same exact number on the tag.
Yes, absolutely. So I have got my pants here. I'm going through the first set. I'm questioning it. I'm doing it right. And then the second set. Once again, I'm going around that hanger. These are a smaller pair, so I can go on a little bit closer in. And then
that phrase is going to be in my head until I'm a little old lady. I want you to know that. Am I questioning it? We're doing it right.
Yes. Well, I don't know about you guys, but because of JBF, I hang my laundry all in the question mark form. And all the shirts have to be facing the same way. And it's now embedded in my children, and they'll even take it off the hanger and be like, oops, I put that the wrong way. So that's how we hang our stuff up at home also. So here's an example of 2 pair of pants bundled together for a little girl. It's okay that they're different colors, right? They both have some fun graphics that can be sold together. So these are the same size. And like I said, it's okay if you bundle it backwards like this. What am I trying to say? Maybe you don't have the question mark exactly the way that you wanted it on the front pair. You could just say, oh, now these are going to be the front, these blue ones, because we're in that question mark form. So I'm going to put the tag on this blue pair because the question mark is here. So then I take this tag. In this one, this would be a great option to be able to use the tag with the tagging gun. But for right now, I'm using my safety pins.
Jody's bringing up another good point, Katie, which is it doesn't matter how the item fits on your tag. Make sure it's labeled with the actual size on the garment. And you can put a note in the description box. Like, for example, if it's a 4T, but it fits like a 2T, you're going to want to put 4T on the label. But when you write the description, you could say, even in bold letters, you could put run small, fits more like a 2T. I mean, that's kind of an extreme example, but you know what I mean? If it runs differently, then you can put that in the description of the item.
Mm-hmm. So what Nona is saying is this bottom number is going to have the sizing. And then in this text box is where you would say run small or fits like a 3T or whatever that might be. I know we're running out of time. I will show you just a couple of pair of shoes really quickly and how those should look when tagged properly. So these are Nona's. I have at my house. These are adorable little sandals for this sale. And with this, it's kind of hard, right? Because there's Velcro. So if you were trying to attach it to the back and someone accidentally pulled this open, it would fall off. So she has bundled this perfectly to where it is. Okay, let's give Dania some credit. She's tagging for you. She has bundled these perfectly where it is up at the top where it cannot come undone. And actually, really perfect right there. So these still come undone here. But if you look, it's still not coming unattached because she went through that perfect spot there. And here's the tag right there. So that's a good one.
Great job, Dania.
We've got some peach ones. Check for these loops back here. This is a great spot to be able to put through the shoes. If they don't have that, please try to avoid tape. Maybe use rubber bands. Tape can leave a bad residue. We didn't even get into tape tonight. I brought some examples and tape.
It's okay.
I guess I'll briefly touch on it, you guys.
Katie,
okay, we've got.
Hold on. Here. We're the bosses. We can run late if we want to.
All right. We're running late, you guys. I just want to show you some tape really quickly. Let's talk about this. This would always be discussed. Painter's tape only belongs on paper products. So this is what our painter's tape looks like. I love how thin this is. It is sold online. And then we attach our tag on the back. And what I love about this is that it doesn't cover up too much of the back of the description of the book when we use this painter's tape. You're welcome to use any tape, a painter's tape that you have at home. I'm just showing this one for example. Yeah. And then we're going to tape it to the back of the book like that. And then lastly, for our plastic products, such as this cute little, I'm bringing this to the sale. These fun little
ready for summer
swim tubes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So this is when we're going to use our packing tape and just tape it right on there to that plastic. So once again, painter's tape is for paper products and a packing tape is for our plastic products. So if you're ever questioning it, you can come back and give us a holler. Our moderators will be more than happy to help answer those kind of questions. Do not feel like you have to buy stuff from our supply page. If you have ribbon, twine, get creative with things that you have on hand to be able to repurpose. Say, I'm done with this basket, right? I can fill it with some toys and properly package it, seal it properly, and reuse that, right? You do not need to buy all the special things. The Dollar Tree has good options too for things. They have hangers, I believe, also. So just get creative what you have on hand.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you, Katie. What a good, it's just
Absolutely.
like all this stuff is good refreshers. And so many of you are veterans and you found ways to do things that we didn't even think of. So share with each other, ask questions on the consigner page. We should probably announce that Heather again has won this week, our trivia. So
There you
guessed
go.
closest. The answer is 50%, which maybe that's a little bit low, but I don't know. It feels high. When you're the one cutting the snacks wrong, half of them being rejected feels kind of high. But yes,
It does.
50%
Absolutely.
rejection on the snack. So congrats, Heather. And thank you to everyone who came and joined us tonight. And yeah, keep going on your tagging. You guys are doing so great. Reach out with any questions and think about, along what we talked about tonight, think about some of those high value items that you have that you would like to sell, and just remember that we've got an area for you to be able to bring those into the sale as well. Ask us any questions about what's allowed to be in there that comes to mind, and we're happy to help with that. So
Absolutely.
yeah. All right.
Happy tagging, everyone. We're getting close and we can't wait to see you all again very, very soon.
Yep. It's nearly JBF time. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good night.
Yep.